a seat.
There it is.
She's stunning. I'd love to know
Gorgeous.
what she looks like in visual form.
I would love to know.
I reckon she's standing in that recording booth with like a black dress on and heels.
I hope this goes in the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of The Glass Table. I've got my good friend and co-host Jared Thomas with me. Jared, it's good to be back for another week.
I know it's coming up. Round one is in what day is it? It's Sunday, so round one is in 4 days. It is it's snuck up on me. I wasn't expecting it, and all of a sudden I got like 2 days of uni, and now it's gonna be round one. So I'm excited.
I know it's to think that 6 months ago that I was sitting here. Well, actually, what is it now? It's March. 6 months from then, I was October. So 8 months ago, Port season ended, and now I'm 8 months back, and we're about to start our teams. I think we're taking on Brisbane at the Adelaide Oval. St Kilda have got Fremantle. We'll do our tips later, but feeling going into the week.
I am slightly comfortable. I now we aren't looking good at all. I'm not gonna twist it and say that we look good because we don't. We don't have a forward line, but we're playing Freo, and for some reason, whenever we play Freo early in the year, no matter how good they are or how bad we are, we will beat them. We beat them last year, and they were good. We beat them there, pretty sure. So I'm slightly confident, and also Ross is going to want to get one up over Freo. So I reckon we'll be slightly. There's a little hit to my tips later.
Freo versus St Kilda at Marvel, the Ross Line Cup. Obviously, it's weird because you say he wants to get one up on Fremantle, but then when he was at Fremantle, he wanted to get one up on St Kilda.
I know
It's like
weird.
It's like Jenga, and eventually the
It's
tower
so
falls, brother.
that'll be in 4 years when we still haven't made finals and sit in a comfortable 14th. How we'll fall.
Yeah, when you're 2028, when you're 14th, looking for another coach, and Brett Ratton becomes available, it becomes a very interesting turn of events. But Port Adelaide, just before we get into our bold predictions and everything, Prison Bars are back. Prison Bars are back.
Prison Bars.
Hey, Collingwood fans, if you're watching this, stick that one up you. I've been waiting to say that for months. Stick that one up you.
We just alienated like a bunch of our fan base. Just all the
By the way,
fans.
subscribe to ThePear, subscribe to The Glass Table, and subscribe to the Prison Bars being back.
I love the Prison Bars, to be fair. They are like my favourite looking jumpers. They're so nice. And I was so sad. Like, I don't know, it made no sense as to why they weren't being allowed. And it's literally only it is quite literally only Collingwood fans that don't want it. And then the rest of the 17 teams are like, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter? It's just a jumper. It's fine. Relax. It's all good.
They say, it's our colours, it's black and white. Well, technically black and white aren't colours, they're shades. So
I was going to say, there's like 14 teams that are blue and white. They don't yell at each other. Like, I know they're different shades of blue, but it's a blue and white, no? Like,
I know, we've got teal. Like, teal's cute. Like, teal's like, it's...
Because it's a little vibe.
Well, it's stupidly sexy. I don't say so much. But Port are stupidly sexy, but that's just personal biasness, mate.
Port have like that rare thing where you've got like your own color to yourself kind of thing. So like Port have teal, Freo have purple, GWS have orange, the orange team as we know. Like there's teams that have like that color to themselves, whereas like the Saints just have to share with everybody else. So that's fine.
Yeah, black, white, and red. It's nice, but you're a saint. Like it's. I don't know. It's spiritual. You're attracted to the spirit of St Kilda.
Exactly. Look at that.
Whether that's losing and being. Yeah. Well, look at it.
Look at the scarf in the back. Also the South Melbourne jumper, but we'll ignore that. Look at the scarf in the back.
It's nice. It's a nice color tone to hang from a wall.
Hang from whatever that is. Underneath my 10-year plaque. Underneath my 10 years footy plaque.
Well done, mate. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, mate. Really
Mine
proud
are there somewhere, actually. There's I don't get 10 years. I just get participations for each year.
Coaches Awards.
Yeah, it's sensational. But, the Prison Bars are back, and they're very obscure. Well, I'll tell you what was obscure. Like, we like to talk about obscure things.
There we go.
The announcement at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning by Port Adelaide to say the prison bars are back is one of the weirdest times I've ever experienced.
And it was like Collingwood had done it the night before on like their
Yeah.
Twitter or something like that. And here we go. Here's a story for all the listeners that weren't there on Saturday night or whatever night it was. Was it Saturday or Friday night? Friday night.
Well,
So
it was Saturday morning.
it was Saturday morning. I was in Melbourne. We go to the
Yes, it was.
casino. He's absolutely off his nuts by the time we find him in there. We're sitting around a roulette table, and it might have been Brando was like, "Oh, yeah, look at this," and then like shows him the prison bar thing. The reaction that we probably expected, a bit of cheers, whatever. And then the next morning, we wake up and it goes, "Oh, the prison bars are back." Like, mate, we know you saw it 4 hours ago.
Oh, that was the thing that I thought. Well, it was from one of those, fan run accounts, and I think it was AFL Central. So shout out to them. But
I do love AFL Central.
like, to be fair, when you're at a roulette table, you're about 350 up, and you're looking at to the left of you, and you got a phone that says the prison bars are back. I'm telling you, you don't know what to expect.
Nah, that was something. Certainly something.
But yeah, to wake up the next morning at 9 a.m., it's 2 hours after the announcement. My eyes were blurry, and I'm seeing the fact that, that there's prison bars are back. I didn't know what to do because my heart sunk because by the time I woke up and seen the announcement, the pre-orders already sold out. So I'm sitting there going, "Oh, they're back. Oh, I'm not getting any.
Oh, not for me."
I'll wait for the match-worn ones, which cost 4 times the amount."
They're nicer though. At least they're nice.
And I'm not even going to get the Boak one. I'm just going to get like, I don't know, who's an obscure Port player at the moment. Like, I can't even think of one. Like they're all there. Like who wears number? Oh, I don't know. McEntee, Jed McEntee. I'll get his Guernsey.
McEntee. That's a good one. Jed McEntee's a good one. Yeah. I could not have named an obscure Port player to save myself just then. Nothing was going through my brain.
I can't click. We've changed recording time from 5 p.m. on a Sunday to 12 p.m. on a Sunday.
12 p.m. on a Sunday.
There's no bloody difference at all.
No. I mean, I didn't... Well, I mean, I drank last night. I went out, but I didn't go out. So I'm actually feeling pretty good. And you were on a plane, so kind of stopped us.
I've had 12 hours sleep, so I feel genuinely...
Good as gold.
A new man, but I'm still breaking my butt doing this shit. Anyway... We'll get into some bold predictions because that's what we're here for, and there is a lot to get through. I think we'll do ours first, and then we'll get into what everyone said. So I think we're going to do about 3 each. That seems about fair. So do you want to kick us off, JT?
We certainly can. I have a good one to start. This is about a coach. I think that the first coach to be sacked this year is going to be Luke Leverage. I think the Western Bulldogs. I think the Western Bulldogs aren't going to be very good. They'll be okay, but I don't think they'll be any good, and I think they'll start pretty poorly. And I think Luke Leverage has always kind of been on the edge a little bit here and there, and I think he'll be the first one to go. So I'm going to say Luke Leverage is going to be the first coach to be sacked in season 2023.
I laugh only because I think that's sensationally good. but my bold prediction, and there's a lot of Port fans that are gonna get really rowdy at this, JT. You're gonna love this. I've gone bold prediction. Ken Hinkley gets a contract extension. Oh yeah. Somehow we're making a prelim, and the club are producing that much cash from the prison bars that we're giving you a contract extension.
Oh, that's funny. Oh god. Every single year it's always going to be get out, and then like this year it's almost guaranteed to be this year, and yet you'll probably make a prelim.
It just makes me laugh to the fact that I can just see it happening. And look, I'm firmly of the believer of he won't be there at the end of this year, and so are countless other Port fans. And I'll push for it if we're no good, but if we by chance get to a prelim,
you're picking it.
I've just said that it's a bold prediction. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Exactly right.
It just means that we're going to have another coach, and his name's Ken.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, what's your next one?
Well, my next one. This one, I have no reasoning behind it. It's purely vibes. So this is like one where I've literally run all the numbers. I've done all the analysis that I possibly can, and it makes zero sense as to why they would be in the finals, but they're gonna be.
Champion data.
Gold Coast are gonna make the finals.
Look, to
Now,
be honest, it's not that much of a bold prediction.
let's think. They're not bad, right? At all. They're not bad. But there's like a set eight that I always see in every single prediction video. Like in every prediction video, every prediction thing is like there's like a set eight. So I think the top eight are pretty much people think they're set, and then the rest is kind of whatever. But I think Gold Coast is somehow going to get in there. I love them so much. They are like one of my favorite teams. I love Ben King. I love Noah Anderson. I love Matt Real. I love everything they do. So I'm going to say Gold Coast is going to make the finals this year.
I love it. Like, do you know how much I'll probably celebrate it more than Port making finals if they made the eight.
Absolutely.
Like,
Big
I
day
might
for
even go to
four
one
of
of
their
their
fans.
Yeah, we're two of them. It's us two. We're in the cheer squad. The glass table. We'll just bring an actual glass table with the Gold Coast sign on it.
By the time when the pair hits 5,000 subs and merch comes out, we start doing glass table merch. That's a little plug for everyone there. Just so it gets 5,000 subscribers, so we start doing merch. We should make Gold Coast glass table merch, and then
Absolutely.
if you ever go to a Gold Coast game, we'll have glass table Gold Coast merch.
We put Stewie Jew just sitting at the glass table.
Yes.
Boys, we got a lift.
Alright, what's your next one?
I don't want to hear that word anymore, to be honest.
Oh, lift.
Lift. One of the flattest drinks in the world. Mine's a bit obscure. I've gone the Coleman medalist this year is a small forward.
Okay. Yeah. I understand that.
I don't have any research behind it, like yourself.
You don't have like a specific small forward. You're just saying a small forward.
No,
yeah
I just think it's a particular little group that are out there that seem to kick goals. I don't know if you consider Bailey Fritsch a small forward because I think he plays quite tall. So
I'd say
definitely
he's a medium.
an option.
Yeah, he's a medium tall. I'd say. That's a bit
if
obscure.
Orazio Fantasia stays fit, and that's a big if. Like I don't think you can go any more capital with that if. It's real Damien Barrett breaking. Was it
sliding doors?
Sliding doors. Yeah, breaking glass. That's it.
Sliding doors.
Breaking
glass.
Yeah. If Orazio Fantasia plays every single game, then he'll be a Coleman medalist.
Wow. It's the boldest of bold predictions.
Oh, yeah. I've gone real. And I don't mean to be port-centric. It's just what I've got in my brain at the moment. But
I don't mind the small forward shout. I think there's definitely like the capability. Like Isaac Rankin, we saw in the preseason games, he was very good. So there's a lot of players out there that could do it. But there's also a lot of big boys running around out there. Specifically two from the next team that I will talk about in my good segue. Right. I did this last week as well.
Segue!
I say the Carlton Football Club will be playing in a preliminary final this season.
Jeez. Hide that from the community.
I was going to say, Carlton Besties, if either of you are listening to this, this is what I'm going to shout out somewhere. I am all aboard the Blue Train at the moment. They have got one of the best defenders in the league in Wiedering. They've got the midfield of Cripps, Walsh when he gets back, Matt Kennedy, Adam Chera. Unbelievable. Their forward line has the reigning 2 Coleman medalists.
Do they have a small?
Matt Owies.
Yes! He owes me one.
They've got Blake Akers now, which has filled pretty much the only hole I think they had in their list last year. They've got the likes of Adam Sard. They've got these players that are so good, and they haven't been able to put it together. They're going to play finals, and they're going to do better than that. They're going to be playing in a preliminary final. Whether they win it or not, I don't know. But I think they will be playing in a prelim final this year because their team is far too good to not. And they're going to beat Richmond this Thursday as well. I've just given a hint to my tips. But they're going to beat Richmond this Thursday.
Jeez.
There you go.
I like that a lot.
Carlton fans, if you're listening, there you go.
Yeah, well, tag us. Chuck us a follow.
Me when you win on Thursday.
Yeah, I like that. Speak of the prelim, I'll connect all of ours together.
Yep, nice.
The prelim that I'm talking about that Ken Hinkley gets a contract extension is the one where we played Carlton and beat them. Just there it is.
There you go. Look at that. It all comes full circle.
Life is definitely connected, and if that's the case, Ken Hinkley, you get 10 years. All right. Look, it's funny because this is another segue that goes into mine. 2 non-Victorian teams playing the grand final.
Yep. That's a great shout. So when was the last time? Was it Sydney West Coast?
Yeah, so there was that run of
Geelong Port,
3.
Hawthorn Geelong. That's Geelong. So it's Collingwood. Matt's trying to do that. Hawthorn was there. Hawthorn was there. Hawthorn was there. Sydney was there. Where Bulldogs were there. Richmond, Collingwood, Richmond, Melbourne, Geelong. Yeah. So it has been since like 2006.
So it's 17 years since the last time there was 2 non-Victorian teams in the grand final. There was that 3-run period where literally
Yeah.
no Victorian team made
Brisbane
it.
Port, Brisbane Port, and then West Coast Sydney twice. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good time to be alive. But then, yeah, so I'm just thinking this has this feeling, you've got Sydney in great touch. I don't think they'll be too much affected by the grand final. I reckon they're going to play some good footy this year. Brisbane, obviously, are pretty much favourites at the moment with the way they're trucking along. Fremantle, well, they're coming good, so hopefully they might get a shout. Port Adelaide with Ken Hinkley's contract extension coming. there's those. So, hey, Geelong, D's, they're all going to be fantastic, but I don't know, just something about it.
Something about a non-Victorian grand final at the MCG is like it's special. Like it's a bit special.
It is special, considering that they had 2 Victorian teams playing a non-Victorian state 3 years ago.
We may as well do it the opposite way around. Exactly right.
Bring it back. Turn one back.
I just forget that grand final existed, to be honest. Like it exists in such a different plane. Like it was at night. It was the Gabba. Like it's just such a different everything is so weird about that grand final.
I love how you say it's a different plane because considering they had to fly there, absolutely.
It's just so weird. Saints made finals that year. What a weird time. Anyway, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't like remembering it too much because that was one of the prelims we lost. But anyway,
good prelim though. Good game.
No, it wasn't.
Was?
Well, it was. If you were a neutral fan, it was a freaking phenomenal game.
Yeah.
Considering that it pissed down with the rain when it wasn't supposed to, really made it excellent.
Awesome.
Todd Marshall kicked the fucking goal. Anyway, I think we got some time to read out some of the people's on our posts that you made during the week, which absolutely went mental, and we really appreciate everyone reaching out to give their thoughts. I definitely can see quite a few already here that are extreme.
Very bold. When I said bold in the thing, I meant realistic a little bit, but there's some ones in here where it's like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, look, I thought we went bold, but just quickly, before you read out some of the good ones, Pommy, shout out to him. He's on the same wavelength. Ken Hinkley survives the year, wins the Coaches Award, and not one Port fan bemoans it.
He's all over it. And someone just wanted being about time Port won something. So,
hey, he won the Coaches Award in 2020. So, he's a 2-timer.
He's a 2-timer.
It's not a 2-time premiership coach, but I definitely say the Coaches Award. All right. We've got a few of those.
That's so many Coaches Awards, man.
Read out a few. What do we got?
All right, so we're going to start from pretty much the bottom I've got here from Mark DT, which says that West Coast make the 8. That is very bold. I don't think they're going to be as bad as people say they are. I don't think they're going to make the 8, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as people say. I think they're going to be somewhat okay. They'll get a few wins here and there.
Yeah, but between that 6 to 8 win mark, they'll finish 12th to 15th, I think. Yep. They'll be better. Oscar Allen's back. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Yep, fair. We're going to go to the Caleb Marchbank girl, as in Simply Jasmina, who says Caleb Marchbank will be All-Australian defender this year. What are your thoughts on that one, Anthony?
Is he still on the list?
all that rep that I just built up with the Carlton fans, and in one swift sentence, just
Hey, call me Rambo because all I need is one bullet, mate. No, I like that. I like being obscure. Caleb Marchbank will definitely be a trivia question one day, so
he
be
certainly
an
will
answer
be.
to one.
He'll be one of
I
those
like that,
obscure.
number
He'll be
22.
one of those obscure AFL players that we talk about
Yeah.
in future
Yeah.
years of of this. We're gonna go Brando Patain, who says Collingwood will start the season 1-5 ahead of a 10th place finish. Crash and burn similar to what we saw from Port last year, potentially worse. That one hurts a little bit at the end, but what do you think of the first sentence at least, Dan?
Yeah, that brings back PTSD, to be honest. Yeah, I like that because I think they'll be 0-2. They'll lose to the Cats and then they'll lose to Port at the G.
We'll be at that game, by the way. If any listeners are going to be at Collingwood Port, we'll both be there.
I'll be
Not
wearing
in a
the
good
prison
state.
bars.
We won't be in a good state, I wouldn't think. We'll be in a dangerous
No.
situation, but it's fine.
We'll have
What
a
do we
good
got here?
chat.
Yeah, this one's actually a really interesting one. Dustin Martin will
Yep.
retire mid-season from ROC
I love that.
photography.
That's very good.
That is a very bold call, but I think it's it's one of the most realistic ones here, I think, because there was all those rumors last year that he was going to retire. There was like heaps last year about that kind of stuff. I don't know if his heart's all the way in it still. So
Depends how Richmond go.
yeah, I think that's also what
If
it
they're
is as well.
top 4 by round 15 and they've got a pretty good run home, I think he'll stick around.
There you go.
There's a flag there for him if they want it.
Absolutely, there is. I think they're one of those teams where it's like they're going to be very sneaky and be very, very, very good. We got
And
Ben
I
Lennon.
hate that.
I know. I hate that they're good because it's annoying. Ben Lennon, all aboard the Nat Fife Coleman train. He's going to be playing forward almost exclusively this year, and we've seen what he can do. He has a habit though of kicking behinds. Like he kicks a lot of points. He'll always go 1 goal 3. Like it's bad. But if he
Is
can
there
get
a
that
Coleman
right,
medal for points?
he'll win it every year. But like, I don't mind that though. I think it's a good pick. It's like that thing you said. It's not a tall forward. Like he's tall, but he's not like considered, like one of the big boys.
It's not two names. It's not a tall forward, but he's a small forward, but he's not a small forward, but he's a medium forward, but he's bulky.
He's medium forward, but he's big. So it's fine.
He's big. The big, bad, bulky midfielder that's playing forward.
This one's very good from Jackson Patoli. Todd Marshall, Dan McStay, and Sam Wiedemann will combine for exactly 73 goals. If that happens,
Yeah,
he's got the sports almanac. He's got the sports almanac. What's happening if
Marty,
he's got
we gotta go back. We gotta go back.
That's what's happening if he's got it.
Here's the thing, though, JT. This is the beauty of this bold prediction. Dan McStay, Sam Wiedemann, both get injured round 1, and Todd Marshall kicks all 73 goals.
Well, segue. Jasper Chalapa. Todd Marshall finishes top 3 in the Coleman.
There it is. That's because both Kerno and Mackay have kicked 100 goals, and Carlton have stormed off. But Teddy Marshall,
big 73. One that
I'll
almost
tell you
got.
what, that's unbelievable.
No. One that almost got
About.
Cal. One that almost got Cal Cummins blocked from the Glass Table Twitter. Broken Steel to miss at least 6 games each this season. Cal, are you trying to hurt me? What's happening here?
Look, I was a few beers deep when I saw that, and let me tell you, I was not impressed.
This is upsetting. The message you sent me was just like, JT, I was getting blocked.
Quite literally, we were mid-conversation in something, and I've just stopped it and gone, Jared, we know what to do.
Well, we've got a couple other ones here. Harry Mackay will kick 100 goals. That's from Tory. That's what you kind of just said before. Harry Mackay kicking 100. I don't think anyone's ever going to kick 100 in a season.
Goodness.
Oh. I don't think anyone's going to kick 100 goals in a season ever again. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No,
but,
I
don't. Sure, Harry could do it. What else we got here?
Horatio will.
All right, it's not good. James Trevordos, Jack Gunston, top 3 in the Coleman. That's not a bad shout. We know he's very talented still, and he's playing in a very good Brisbane team, so he's going to be getting a lot of good service. I don't mind that. I actually don't mind that at all.
No, I rate that. And up there with probably, you got your 2 best defenders taking Danaher and, what's his name? Hipwood.
Oh, Hipwood. I forgot he existed. I'm not going to lie to you. I forgot Eric Hipwood was a player. So there you
I thought he was just a mannequin who played. Because he just sits down there and does nothing.
go.
Watch him kick 6 against Port round 1.
Oh, absolutely. What else? We'll finish it off. Give me one more. Let me find a good one. From Jordan Jansen. Sam Pepper to be named the All-Australian backup ruckman.
It's funny because it could happen. Because he'll be
getting a lot of it.
The team doesn't play, but I've seen SPP take a few rucks. He just is. He's a bully.
He's just another midfielder. He just turns into another midfielder.
Gonna give some spice, some spice in that ruck stocks. Interesting.
Oh god.
I don't mind it. They were fantastic, actually.
Yes,
we should do that again.
Yeah, we should definitely do something similar to that. We have to think of our next week's question.
Yeah, well, that's your job. I don't get paid the big bucks for that. I just sit here in the sweatshop, mate. All right, just Jesus Christ. Speaking of Jesus and sexy people, that was a weird segue. the segue into stupid, sexy AFL players. Jared Thomas speaking. Oh yes,
stupid, sexy AFL players.
JT, our favourite segment, and seems to be everyone's favourite segment after episode 1, which I'm absolutely happy about.
Oh, absolutely.
And everyone loves the intro, which was an accident. Have you got one this week?
I do. It was one that I was saving up last week. Let me paint a picture. Let me paint the story.
Cue sexy music.
Cue sexy music. I'm sitting at home. It's a Sunday. Got my phone. I'm scrolling Twitter, right?
No.
It's not going where you think it's going. Check off Twitter.
I have an image.
Fremantle is playing somebody in like the last game of the round. I don't remember who it was.
St Kilda.
Probably. No. Like somebody in the last game of the round. I'm scrolling Twitter. I see a post comment from Fremantle being like, game ready or something like that. And a photo of this player. Now, it was early last year, I think. I'd never seen this player in my life. But, good lord. This man. Brandon Walker. With the Fremantle Dockers. For those that are only listening on Spotify, Ed's currently fanning himself. Yes. Oh boy. I saw this one photo.
Comes over clearly.
I saw this photo and I was like, oh boy. And I looked at the replies and there was a lot of, who is this guy? But yes,
you were one of them.
Brandon Walker is my stupid sexy AFL player. The lead up to round 1, he is one of the best and one of the most underrated. Never gets spoken about. So Brandon Walker, absolutely.
Not until now. That is
not till now.
Right up there with the Kepler Bradleys of the world.
That was.
Yeah, well, you sent me that picture and I looked at it and I thought, yes, it's not something you look at late on a Sunday night. Brandon Walker.
Have you got one?
I do. And look, this is not anything drastic. It's not probably, to some people, this is probably not even a stupidly sexy AFL player, but I don't know what it is. We've done a lot of AFL drafts on fantasy. We've done a lot of, talk about Brisbane. We've done this and that right across the AFL world. And this bloke his name's always there. And if for some reason, obviously he played for the Dogs, like he come across. Josh Dunkley.
Yeah.
I just can't get you out of my head, mate. I don't know what it is. Whether I want to select you at pick 1, whether I want to put you in my classic team, whether you're just on my mind, the missed opportunity.
Whether I want to take you out on a date. Just either way.
I know a few places. Just I can't get him out of my head.
Yeah.
Can't get you out of my head, Josh Dunkley.
No, I agree with that 100%. He always goes like I think he went pick 2 in our draft that we did, and yeah, he's always there. You just see so much of him, and it's like Stockholm syndrome. You just see so much of him, and you're just like, oh, hello.
It's just like, and it's just a nice name, Josh Dunkley. It
is a
rolls
nice
off the
name.
tongue.
It is a really nice
Josh
name, actually.
Dunkley.
You're right.
There, it's like a perfect first name last name combination.
Yeah,
Josh
you're right.
Dunkley.
You're absolutely right. Well done.
And when I saw that AFL post of the media day at Brisbane, and he's just posing him in the footy, I'm like,
I like that.
yeah, one that could have been in the Tearley colour, but also you're not too bad.
Not bad.
So
There you go. Brandon Walker and Josh
Josh
Dunkley. If either of you are reading, are listening to this or watching this, first off, sorry. It's not good.
Yeah,
this
we
segment.
apologise.
This segment's bad. It's a bad segment.
it's
But-
stupidly bad.
It's stupidly bad, but it seems to be loved. So we're just gonna roll with it now. Yeah, sorry, but nice. I love how seriously
is
we
one of
take
them.
it.
I know, because it's genuine.
Serious one. It's the thing we put our most thought into before a thing. I literally made my bold predictions 5 seconds before the Zoom started.
I had my sexy AFL player sorted by Tuesday.
I had it last week, and I didn't say him because I had it already sorted.
Oh, before we move on to the tips, just I've figured out something. Last week we were talking about songs on AFL games.
Oh, yes.
Came to my attention, Jared, and I looked this up because apparently they have each playlist for each song on Google. Who would have fucking thought?
Wow.
So that song I was talking about that was on AFL Live with Holy Grail, that went extremely well last week. The Last Man Standing.
There it
McKenna
is. We got
is
sent
the
that.
other
We got
song.
sent that a couple times by a few people, and as soon as I put it on, I was like, oh, there it is. That's the
Yeah.
one. It's
Yeah.
the classic one.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you how it goes right now, but I know when I
But you
hear
listen to it, you're like, that's the one. Absolutely, it is.
So I was very happy to complete that report. So
Yes. There you go.
yeah, just tick that one off.
There's the music segment of the show. Done.
Beautiful. All right, I think this is the most important thing because this year
Tips
we've
time.
set the challenge that we're going to verse each other in tips, and there's going to be a challenge every week. This was your idea, so
Yep.
we'll figure out the challenge when we get to
We'll
it.
figure it out.
But yeah, so whoever loses each round, we'll have to do a challenge the next week on the pod. It might be small, but then whoever loses the total throughout the year, we'll do a massive one at the end. But round one is
Round
here.
one.
We are excited, keen. Our teams are back. 6 months of stress, anger, and depression are about to come our way again.
And I'm looking
I'm
forward
so
to it.
looking forward to it.
Oh,
Oh boy,
this
that was very
sport-
good.
This sport is bad. It's bad for us.
Oh, it's
Oh,
stupidly
lordy.
bad.
Stupidly bad.
All right, so round one, as I get the fixture up in front of me because I've completely forgot it already. It is obviously Thursday night, the one that's been kicking it off for the last 13 years.
Except for last year, for
Richmond
some
and
reason.
Carlton.
Yes.
Oh yeah, how do I forget that? Bring back Wednesday night footy. Where's
No.
Geelong versus Sydney?
I actually, as much as I love footy, I don't like Wednesday night footy.
Nah, it's
I
too
love
early in the week.
Thursday
For me.
night footy. I love Monday night or Monday afternoon is okay. I don't like Tuesday, Wednesday footy. Tuesday, Wednesday footy is bad.
Yeah, I don't. Look, I don't
Unless it's
feel
Anzac Day.
comfortable
I think
watching.
Anzac Day's on a Tuesday this year, so that's okay. But other than
Yeah,
that,
it's one of those things where they turn it around from like I think it's gather round, go straight
gather
into
around straight into
Anzac
Anzac
round.
round. Yeah, Tuesday
Goodness
day.
me, that's
Tuesday
too
day
much
footy.
Oh, well, it's a public holiday, so I'll take it.
Exactly.
Richmond Carlton round one Thursday night. It's gonna be big. Who are you tipping?
I said this one before as well. I think it's going to be Carlton. They won last year. I think their list is good. They don't have actually, I say they don't have Walsh. There's a great chance Walsh just plays because he does that. That's just who he is. but at this time they probably won't have Walsh. But I still think they're going to win it. Because I just think their list is really good, and I think Richmond's really good too. But I think Carlton's going to win this one.
Yeah, look. First game of the year, first tip segment for Glass Table, and we're going against each other. I'm tipping the
There it
Tigers.
is. That's what we need. We need it though, because we have to separate ourselves somehow. This is my first. This is my first Richmond Carlton game ever, like going wise. So if anyone's there, come find me. I'll be up in level 4, probably drunk. No, it's a Thursday. I'll probably just I'll be fine. But I'll be there, so I'm excited. But I think Carlton's gonna win it.
I like that. No, I think Richmond only because they'll bounce back from last year in terms of the Thursday night. I think it's going to be probably the biggest Thursday night round 1 game we've had since the inaugural. I feel like 2 teams bound for finals, bound for a big year. Just the big name players of the Tigers get it up and about.
Last
For
year,
me,
like it became a really big one afterwards, or like like during the game because of Carlton's right here to stay. But at the start of the year, it was like, oh, are they going to be any good? Then it sort of showed that they were like, they proved the goods. But now it's like everyone knows that both teams are good enough, and they're both very around that same sort of spot, fighting for getting into that final spot. So I think it's going to be a cracker.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Footy's back.
Footy's back,
Ooh,
baby.
now just talking about it gets me excited. Friday night, Geelong versus Collingwood. Game I really hate both these teams, but I'm going to go with the Cats.
Yeah.
I think no premiership hangover. They just bounce right in round 1, MCG, stick it right up the pies.
Yeah. I agree. It's annoying they have to play home games at the MCG, but I get it. But I think Geelong will win it as well. They are very good again. And like the players they brought in, like just stupid. Like I looked at Jack Bowes and Tanner Bruhn, and I see him running around. I'm like, they are very good. I don't really rate Ollie Henry,
Just
but
stupid.
I don't really rate Ollie Henry really, but he's there as well, I suppose. But yeah, I think Geelong are too good for Collingwood in round 1.
Yeah, I think that I agree with that, and I love the fact that the players they brought in are just stupid. If anyone stops it after that, just stupid. Well, I think that's pretty straightforward. Friday night, another good game. 2 very good games to start the year off with.
Absolutely.
Then we get into Saturday afternoon,
Oh, baby.
1:15 p.m.
Oh, baby.
1:45 for you Victorians.
Yes.
North Melbourne versus West Coast.
Really.
I've got nothing to say.
Fantastic. Oh man, what a game. I'm hoping I'm gonna be there as media. That's the hope at this point. But oh boy, that's a game, all right.
Will anyone else be there?
Probably not. I I think West Coast are gonna win. Gonna pick West Coast. In Clark
Yes.
first game for North, but it'll be interesting. I think it's gonna be who can kick themselves out of it first, pretty much.
I laugh because, yeah, I agree. West Coast to win that one. I don't mind. I think North will improve, but it's only round 1. And from what I saw from West Coast,
They look
besides the
okay.
game against the Crows, yeah, they look pretty good, actually, with, as I said, Oscar Allen. So they'll bounce back. The next one, 4:05, Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide versus Brisbane. Probably the least excited Port fans have been for a round 1 game since about 2016. I'm gonna give you the first tip, and then I'll give mine.
Good way to back out of that one. I'm gonna. I think it's gonna be Brisbane. I don't see how it won't be. I know it's at Adelaide Oval, but Brisbane is Brisbane. And Port. I just
It's
have
Port.
I have no idea how Port are going to be this year.
Yeah.
Because like they didn't look amazing against West Coast in that practice match. Like I didn't get to watch it live, but I watched it afterwards. I was like, they just don't look that good. Brisbane do look good, so I think it's going to be Brisbane. I think that's basically all I can really say about it.
Yeah, no, we looked atrocious across all 3 games. The Fremantle game, the West Coast game. Even against ourselves in the internal trial, we looked
Didn't look
shit.
good.
I don't know how you can make that happen. Yeah, I'm still going to tip us. I still think Port at home, just the motivate, like the prison bar thing, and then just the build up. Brisbane have never been a really good travelling team. At the Adelaide Oval in front of 40 odd thousand people, I think Port win. But we're kind of like a soft tissue injury that just doesn't go away. like we'll
You'll
come
always
good
be
at
there.
stages.
You'll always
but
be
we're
there.
just there. That nagging feeling, that little soft. We're like actually no, we're better off a cramp.
You
Because
are
it gets painful after a while.
Oh dear.
I've got so many of those in the kit bag for when it gets worse during the year, mate. The next one, the Saturday nights are going to be epic, I think. Melbourne Bulldogs.
Melbourne Bulldogs is going to be really interesting. I'm really excited to watch that because that'll be the test of how the doggies are going to go this year. I think Melbourne's going to win, but depending on how not reliable, depending on how well the doggies do throughout the game, we'll sort of tell how they go. Last year they beat them with Jamari Lang kicking 5 or whatever it was. But I think if the dogs get smashed on Saturday night, you just like this could be a long season for them.
Yeah, no, that's that Luke Beveridge call. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tip the D's. I agree with that, exactly what you said. Next one, Saturday night as well. This would probably be the Fox footy game, which is always atrocious on a Saturday night for some reason.
Yeah.
Gold Coast, Sydney.
I agree
I
with
think
that.
it's at
Some of the games are weird. Anyway, yeah.
They are, like, you see the 7 game and it's like, oh yeah, we've got Melbourne Dogs. I'll watch
Yeah.
that, sit down. That's a good pub game to watch. But then you just flick over and you see, I don't know, Gold Coast, Sydney, and just like,
For some reason,
this
the
is
games
shit.
just never seem as interesting. Like,
No.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the non-free-to-air thing or if it's just the fact that it's just garbage. This isn't played at Metricon. This is played at HSB, which I think is not in a container that you get your food from after a big night out.
Mine says HBS. Are we looking at the same thing?
Maybe.
Wait, is it not the same thing? Does Metricon don't have the naming rights anymore?
Hang on.
Or am I
don't
wrong?
know.
Or am I wrong?
Where is HBS or HSB?
HBS.
'Cause if it's HBS
I swear it's formerly Metricon. Play the
Maybe I've read it
elevator music while we
A few
find this
moments
out.
later.
A few moments later.
What am I reading? Heritage Bank Stadium will become the naming rights sponsor of the Gold Coast Suns home stadium for the next 5 years. Now, is the home stadium the
Oh.
same as Metricon? Or
No, it has to be. Because there's no other stadium up there.
that's what I'm saying, right? Like,
Oh, I think we learn something new on this podcast every week.
I think
We've
we
only
do
had
as
2.
well. I'm pretty sure it was formerly Metricon, now called Heritage Bank Stadium.
Oh,
Maybe.
HBS. Hugely bullshit.
Yes, Heritage Bank Stadium, which was Carrara, which was Metricon. HBS. There you go. Heritage Bank Stadium.
Right. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, I'm tipping the Swans.
I'm gonna
Oh.
tip the Suns. I have no reason behind it. I don't even think the Swans are going to be bad this year. I think they're going to be as good as they were last year. But Suns, man. they kind of. I think
We're on the train.
from memory, they start seasons okay. Like from memory, they usually they're like us. We start seasons pretty well, and I reckon they're going to start it well again.
So we used to be starting well, but then we went 0-5 and that went out the window.
That went straight out the window. I think they start seasons okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tip the Suns to split us again. But I'm not. That's my bold tip for the week. I'll have like one a week. That's my bold one, I think.
I like that because I just feel there's always an upset in round 1.
Yeah.
And if anyone's going to do it, it's the bloody Gold Coast train.
Yeah,
Choo
baby.
choo.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, you do say that we don't split often, but this is interesting.
That's one, yeah.
Also, I'm looking at this fixture on Google for some reason, not the app. There's an extra game this weekend. It's GWS versus Port Adelaide.
What?
Look at it. I'll show you. Look at it.
They get the double.
G-
To be determined. That's
Didn't
nice.
realise that we're playing back to back.
It's nice of them.
No. The next one is GWS versus the Crows. It's the Sunday 12 o'clock shift, which is diabolical in itself. I'm going to tip the Crows. I
Yep.
think their preseason form seems pretty good. They'll start pretty well this year. I still don't think they'll be finals like some of the local South Australians have been saying over here. But I'm tipping the Crows. You?
I agree. The odds just updated on my app as I was looking. No, I think
Live betting.
I'll take a punt on you.
Gamble responsibly.
Giants are favourites. Giants are favourites, but I'm going to go for Crows. No. I think Adelaide's going to win. I think they're okay. I don't think they're that bad. Rankin is very good. Darcy Fogarty is very good. Rory Laird's pretty good. So yeah, I think they're going to be pretty good. I'm going to go with Adelaide in this one.
As I said, the Crows. GWS, new coach, Adam Kingsley. Could be a surprise, but
Yeah.
I think their form will come later on once they get the gel a bit more. The next one, I actually can't see because it's closed. Who's the next game?
I'll say it. MCG 3:20 my time, which would be 2:50 your time. I think that this personally is one of the most interesting games of the round in Hawthorn
Oh, yes.
versus Essendon. Now,
they're equally bad.
that's the thing, right? I don't think either of them are good. But a win for either team means like I sound like fucking Derm, man. The win for either team is so good at this point of the year because it's round one. It's round one, of course. Of course, the win. Of course, the win is important for either team. But I'm meaning Essendon have to win because they didn't look good against us in the practice match. Hawks started really bad against Collingwood, but then kind of came okay. Hawks are trying to avoid finishing in like that bottom three, I think, and Essendon are thinking like trying to push for finals, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's the most interesting game because I have no idea which way it's going to go. This is one of those ones where I could literally flip a coin and that'd be my tip, and I'm actually going to do exactly that. So let me find.
Oh, the coin toss.
Yeah, let me.
I'll take the southern end.
Take the southern end. What is that?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know what that's meant to mean.
It's unlike
flipping a highlight.
Oh, flipping the highlighter.
All right.
Already got a highlights package for you, don't you?
All right. So Bombers is going to be the flat side, and then Hawks are going to be with the little thing on it. So if it lands up with that, Hawks are that.
For those that are listening and not watching, JT's got a highlighter and he's flipping it with the clip on the top and the flat light on the bottom.
And my tip for the week is the Hawthorn Hawks.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to be different. I'm going to take the Hawks Hawthorn.
I disagree. I will be the brown and yellow team.
Thanks, Kelly. I think, the Hawks will win. I don't mind them this year, and they look pretty good against the Pies in that practice match. And I really like their small forwards. Gilmore.
I love
the forward line in general.
I love Gilmore. I know, like the Chad league. I know, like Chad. Yeah.
Yeah, Chad's pretty good. Still got a soft spot for him, even though he's broke my heart.
And he's also fallen off a cliff. He's fallen off the face of the earth.
One of the best trades Ken Hinkley's ever done.
You got Ryan Burton, who's
played. He deserves.
It's not Ryan Burton who's played a total of 3 games over 4 years.
Remember that soft tissue injury I was talking about before?
It's Ryan Burton.
It's Ryan Burton. And then the final game.
Be Real just went off, by the way. Maybe I should take it while I'm on.
Yeah.
God,
Be Real. Yeah, live Be Real. The final game while JT takes his Be Real is Freo versus St Kilda, your game.
Yeah.
4:10 hangover time slot on a Sunday.
Oh, baby.
Give us your thoughts, champion.
I guess that's champion. Fuck you. I said it earlier in the year. I think I said it earlier in the episode. I think we start seasons pretty good. When we play Freo early in the year, we play all right. So it's at Marvel. We're good at Marvel. Ross's first game in. Still don't want to pick us. I don't want to pick us, but I'm going to. I'm going to say we're going to win.
Oh, I love that. You just named everything like, we are good there. It's very good. I love it. Yeah, look, as much as I love you, mate, and as much as I want to see you happy on Sunday, and I hope you are, but it'll be close, but I just think Freo have it sound at the moment. They look really good in both their games, in patches, and I think although it's round one, anything can happen. And if Ross Lyon kicks it off with a win against his old mob, I think that's
For his old mob
huge.
against his old mob.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for his mob against his old mob. It's an X versus X kind of situation. X versus X with a current. I'm tipping Freo.
I
Yeah.
would be upset, but it is Freo, and I think they're very good, so it's fine. It's gonna be a good game.
All the purple haze.
It'll be a good game.
I'm on the Freo train. But that's our tips.
Yes.
We've just got to quickly figure out a challenge.
Yeah. We should have thought about this.
Which we can do. Oh, no, we can do that during the week because
it's
the
for
tips
next
haven't
episode.
happened
Yeah, no, we're good.
yet. Yes, that's correct. We got there for a second. That's about it, mate. That's episode 2.
Yeah, there you go.
I think went a lot better than last week.
Yeah, we're not as hungover, which is nice. Got a bit of structure about us, which is good. So yeah, no, we're getting the hang of it now. I think we're all good.
Last week is still hanging on a score review cliff.
That's a good idea, man.
That was fantastic. But yeah, no, that's it. That's done and dusted. Glass Table episode 2. We've got our tips. We'll put them up during the week. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your tips for the week. And yeah, JT, it's going to be fun. Round 1.
Absolutely. Make sure you're following us all on the socials: Twitter, TikTok. TikTok's going good. Check out the Twitter. Check out ThePear. Check out ThePear on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Check out Anthony Luciani. Check out Talk Jack. What else is there? I don't think there's anything else. Are we missing anything else? He's got it written down. Got anything else that I haven't said yet?
No, we're good.
We got it. Cool. Yeah, just check us out on all the socials because it's fun. And we'll do some more of those tweets to get your opinions, and we'll read them out on the show.
Yeah, done deal. See you next week, everybody.
Enjoy.